Allora, vuoi imparare italiano o altre lingue ma non sai dove iniziare? You came to the right place. I got you. Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I taught myself Italian at level B1, so I happen to know a thing or two about learning languages and what the path to fluency feels like. If you're new here, I'm a polyglot who speaks 5 languages and prioritizes fun and creativity over outdated study methods. Short story short, I got into Italian after years of wanting to learn it because my mom's side is from Italy, and so I gave it my all for like 2 years straight and I progressed so fast. And now I've been learning it for almost 4 years. When you learn a language on your own and you don't have a teacher, someone to guide you and tell you what's next, it can be really difficult. Self-studying can be really difficult. And if this is your second language, I totally suggest having classes or a teacher to guide you so you know how languages are organized in whole. So polyglots study on their own and make their own lesson plans, so through experience they know how to take a whole goal, which is years of learning a language, and break it down to simple bite-sized pieces and consistent daily practice. My best advice is to completely dive in. Yes, circle around the simple stuff like the alphabet and common phrases because those will get you far, but also don't be afraid to just dive in. Watch all those movies, go down a YouTube rabbit hole, talk with natives, anything to your heart's content. What I did was listen to Italian music, only watch Italian stuff, everything I was immersing myself in. I put my phone in Italian and everything. In the beginning, I had no idea what they were saying. I put on Italian subtitles, I didn't know what was going on, but it's not about fully understanding the language, it's about the immersion and understanding how the language is spoken naturally. For building sentences, you want to learn words in context. Maybe you've heard polyglots say this before, but what this means is instead of memorizing long lists of words, you're learning things in context through the books and movies and things you're watching and listening to. When you do this, you're able to drag various words into conversations from places that you already learned it from, instead of just a word list. Schools always just teach kids word lists, and it's just not the way to learn a language, and I wish it was different. I never took an Italian class yet, so I only learned conversational Italian and not proper school Italian that they teach you. And the way I was able to become conversational was through curiosity and pure interest. When you're inquisitive and asking questions like a curious child, you will learn so quickly. But if you're someone who just goes, I'll just hop on Duolingo, I'm gonna get you. Also, having an online space and list of curated resources can help you if you're a beginner and you're feeling lost and scared. Some of the ones that I recommend are Online Italian Club, Dante in Linea, Italian Pod 101, as well as a bunch that I put down in the description. In language learning, people often indulge in everything and then wonder why they can't produce anything on their own. Well, that's because language learning is a balance between active and passive. Passive is things like podcasts, movies, anything that you're consuming, while active forces you to create and figure things out for your own, which is things like writing, speaking. The common problem with language learning is understanding a lot but not really being able to speak it or produce anything on your own. This is through a lack of practice of creating things for your own. These can be things from big projects to small daily exercises. Some of my favorites are talking to myself out loud all the time, journal entries, essays, reading out loud for pronunciation, doing YouTube videos. Linguist Steve Kaufman, a popular polyglot who speaks 20 languages, suggests that if we are engaged in a particular domain, the content we're using will determine the range of our vocabulary. And so, according to his theory, the more we're exposed to a certain type of material, the more that vocabulary will come out in conversation naturally. That's why literacy and reading widely on a broad range of subjects is the best indicator of a person's ability to communicate. Through active learning, you're able to produce on your own from your foundation of what you've already learned. This is called taking from your resources and what you know. My various tips. I didn't know that plain memorization was just like not the way to learn a language until I saw this YouTube video that was like, I mean, if you want to learn entire lists of words, and I was like, wait, there's other ways to learn languages. This was when I was only trilingual and I only studied Chinese by just memorizing a bunch of characters, which like with Chinese like kind of have to. Anyways, fear not, because I have some advice. If you feel like you're stuck memorizing a language, I got you. So here are some of my favorite ways to learn a language without memorizing. Listen to a podcast or songs and repeat what they're saying. This helps you pick apart the words, matching the rhythm and accent, and gets you comfortable speaking. Follow Italian accounts and turn your feed into that language. Mix some Italian into your brain rot. Mix some learning into your rotting. Listen to audios or read books, and then write a summary, quizzing yourself on what you're learning to hold yourself accountable. Watch Baby. You know. Bi-directional translation. Read a text, write it in Italian, and translate it into your native language, and then summarize it in your own words in Italian. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love making these videos because I get to talk about what I love most. Languages. Let me know what languages you're learning down in the comments, and okay, bye.